Magic Masses! I am longtime independent wrestling fan Robert, for whom the bell tolls. Was a great way for Pro Wrestling Magic to kick off 2026 from the Meadowlands YMCA in Rutherford, New Jersey. First thing I'd like to say is, unlike Kingdom Come 10 last month, I actually took a different bus and got off at by Rutherford train station and took an Uber over to the show. Um, maybe I'll get back to that in a little bit. Okay, but I arrived like before. It was before 5 o'clock. I arrived at the building, and the funny thing was, a short time later, Elliot and Michelle had arrived. Now, for some reason, I don't know how this happened. The lady who's at that table by the door as the crowd was coming in, she saw my name, because the thing is, I purchased a general admission ticket because the first 2 rows were already sold out, but my name was put down in the front row and it said I had 5. Now, folks, I can say this: I did pay for general admission. There was only one general admission ticket, and I still have the email to prove it. So I don't know if something went wrong there, because there were 5 seats over there with my name placed written on each seat. Okay, but I don't know what went wrong there, or what happened there, or something went wrong. And I gotta say, the crowd wasn't as big as Kingdom Come 10 last month, and for some reason I thought that was a different room the show was done in, but it wasn't. And also, there was one gentleman who works at the building. He had us like go into the building through another door instead of right by the front desk where those who come there to work out, or I mean, it's a YMCA's, but close to the public at 5 p.m. Okay, so we get on with the return of Monday Morning Magic. 2 matches were taped for this. I guess it'll be returning, and hopefully, if Monday Morning Magic has more like storyline progression, hopefully, and not just matches. We kicked it off with Irish Wolf did battle with Abs. Abs ended up defeating Irish Wolf at 5 minutes 49 seconds, and by virtue of his victory, he would enter the Cad Adams Memorial Rumble match later in the show. And then the second matchup on the Monday Morning Magic taping, we saw 2 men making seemingly their debuts. Ace Diamond going up against Rico Gold. Ace Diamond, no pun intended, but a magician. He came up short. He was defeated by Rico Gold. Rico Gold defeated Ace Diamond at 6 minutes 4 seconds. And then at that point, Shane Fair told the crowd, about the wrestlers and their merch, and also the food and drinks that were being served. By the way, I had 2 hamburgers, and they were like already packaged, and it was still hot, and but they charged $8 for each burger. But we get on with I guess this was the first. I don't know if this was the first match of the main show or not. It was I think it was going to be a 7-way matchup, as we ended up seeing Daniel Alexander versus Boom Harden versus Marvelous versus El Toro versus Matt Lecard, or I'm not sure if I pronounced his name correctly, versus Eric Black versus Smiley versus Magic in a match for the Funhouse Wrestling American Luchador or American Lucha Championship. Magic was a last-minute addition to the match, I guess, and he announced it would be his final match in Pro Wrestling Magic. Smiley defeated Magic, Boom Harden, Daniel Alexander, Marvelous, El Toro, Eric Black, and Matt LaCourte to retain the Funhouse Wrestling American Lucha Championship at 8 minutes 39 seconds. And after the match, Smiley and everybody else in the match, they all hugged Magic and they're chanting "Thank you, Magic," because he, I guess, won't be wrestling anymore, or at least not in Pro Wrestling Magic. And then next week we have ourselves Vinny Power Punch Pacifico challenging El Pacto Diabolico's Mateo Marcellus, accompanied in the ring by Trixie and Eden. Guys were having a good matchup here. Pacifico tried to take one of his energy drinks, but there was like green mist in there. It was enough of a distraction. Mateo capitalized. Mateo Marcellus defeated Vinny Pacifico to retain the Dark Arts Championship at 8 minutes 13 seconds. After the match, ring announcer Shane Fair tells Mateo, "Oh, you're 50% owner, but at Fuel on February 21st, you're defending your Dark Arts belt against Cheeseburger." Next up was a triple threat match, as we saw Timid Tamir Gibbs versus former ECW/WWE and WWE competitor Nunzio versus Eden, accompanied the ring by Trixie for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Eden ended up defeating Tamir Gibbs and Nunzio at 5 minutes 33 seconds to retain the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Okay, then we saw next the debuting Tatiana challenge the Cotton Candy Princess Tiffany Avatar for the women's title. Tatiana was wearing like flowers on her gear. Tiffany Avatar had defeated Tatiana at 6 minutes 9 seconds to retain the women's championship. I think after both ladies left the ring, Shane Fair announced to the crowd that Tiffany Avatar is going to defend her women's championship on February 21st at Fuel. Again, in a triple threat match, Tiffany Avatar versus Elle Valentine versus Emily J. Both those, the two aforementioned ladies, I believe they're making their Pro Wrestling Magic debut. Up next, we saw Star Killer Steve Off and the American Outlaw Dan Murdoch, the Sons of Old School, challenge Brandon Downey and Lugosi, the Revolver's Chamber, for the Tag Team Championship. The Revolver's Chamber ended up defeating the Sons of Old School at 6 minutes 29 seconds to retain the Tag Team Championship. And Shane Fair announced to the crowd that at Fuel on February 21st, the Revolver's Chamber will defend the tag belts against the former champions, the Rep, Dave McCall, and Nate Wallace. Then from there, we have Smiley accompanied ring by Phillip, which is this weird-looking mask he brought to the ring. I don't know what he's doing. What he's doing is it's kind of reminiscent of Al Snow and the Mannequin Head, seemingly. Smiley challenged the good guy Azrael for the heavyweight championship matchup. I forgot to write down the time, but I know it was 14 minutes, some odd seconds. The good guy Azrael defeated Smiley to retain the heavyweight championship. And the funny thing is, during the match, those next to me were chatting for Trey Felipe. Smiley looked at him. He says, "He's not here." Azrael successfully defending his heavyweight championship, his first successful title defense after winning the belt last month at Kingdom Come 10. Then it was time for the main event, which was the Cad Adams Memorial Rumble. Ray Mars of El Pacto Diabolico entered at number 1. Number 2 was Star Killer Steve Off. I don't know if these two were officially eliminated, but they wound up out on the floor. They brawled into the crowd and then took it backstage. Among the other participants we had were Ace Diamond, Abs, Rico Gold, Eric Black, Mateo Marcellos, who entered last, Timmy Tamir Gibbs, American Outlaw Dan Murdoch, Revolver Alex Ryman, Brandon Downey, Lugosi, Darius Carter, Isaiah Wolf, Joe Mancini, who was the fan in the crowd. He was like sitting in the crowd. He took his shirt and pants off and had his gear on underneath. He got to go out with Darius Carter, but he didn't last too long. Who else I can remember in this match? Oh, Scumbag, Mayor of Scumbag City, John Tella. Let's see who else I can remember. El Tirador, Alex Rivera. Might be missing. I think Daniel Alexander was in the match, unless I'm mistaken. Well, in any event, it boiled down to Darius Carter. Darius Carter was out on the floor for a portion of the match. Alex Ryman apparently seemed to have hurt his knee, and he went outside the floor a few times. Both referees, Nick Shin and Taylor, were checking on him each time. Let me see. But it boiled down to Isaiah Wolf and Mateo Marcellos, and they were both out on the apron. And Darius Carter, I don't know if he was underneath the ring at one point. He finally gets back into the ring. Wolf knocks Mateo down, and Wolf was knocked off the apron by Carter. Darius Carter wins the 2026 Cad Adams Memorial Rumble at 33 minutes, 45 seconds. He takes the microphone. He's kind of, I don't know if he was angry at Mateo, and he also knows Azrael, the champ, who was commentating. Darius was saying that, that by virtue of winning this Rumble, he has a chance to get a shot at any championship on March 21st at Whiskey in the Jar, 11 Years of Magic Part 1. And also the fact he won the keys to the kingdom last month at Kingdom Come 10, so he can go after the heavyweight championship at any given time. But Azrael came to the ring and wanted to go butt heads with Darius right then and there, but Darius got out of the ring. And that's pretty much how the show had ended. Personal notes, as I see it, Elliot, Michelle, welcome back, Jason Bob 87. Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you about earlier when I said about 5 seats, because the mistake was made that the 4 individuals were the, I guess, El Pacto Diabolico fans. They're big on Mateo and Eden, and Darius Carter was out on the floor during the Rumble. He ripped up that nice drawing of Mateo Marcellos, so I don't know if they'll bring a new one or what the deal is. Okay. Oh, I've got to mention, Star Killer Steve Off announced to the crowd that beginning Monday, February 2nd, the Pro Wrestling Magic School will begin having classes. Steve himself will be training on Mondays, and the champ, Azrael, will be doing training advanced classes on Wednesdays. He said there'll be more details to follow. Okay, here's some memorable quotes. This ref has a GED. One of the El Pacto Diabolico fans sitting next to me, I believe during the during the Azrael Smiley match. Who is your pick to win the Rumble, and why is it me? Revolver Alex Ryman, when we were in the bathroom, and also his dad Pete was also in the bathroom at the time before the main show had begun. Oh, another memorable quote. He's doing it for the hot dogs and handshakes. Somebody near me, when Joe Mancini was announced as the fan that was be in the Rumble. All right. Well, Pro Wrestling Magic returns on Saturday, February 21st with Fuel from the Meadowlands YMCA in Rutherford, New Jersey. Match is already announced. The Revolver's Chamber, Brandon Downey and Lugosi defend the Tag Team Championship against Dave McCall and Nate Wallace, the Rep. In a triple threat match, Cotton Candy Princess Tiffany Avatar defends the Women's Championship against both making their Pro Wrestling Magic debuts, Elle Valentine and Emily J. Mateo Marcelos defends the Dark Arts Championship against Cheeseburger. And based on this flyer that was on all the seats as everybody came in, also appearing that night will be the heavyweight champion Azrael, the Revolver Alex Ryman, the 2025 Keys to the Kingdom winner and 2026 Cad Adams Memorial Rumble winner Darius Carter, Smiley. We'll come to think of it, one match I'd like to see: Star Killer Steve Off one-on-one with Ray Mars. I'd like to see that. Maybe Eden one-on-one with V. Daniel for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. And, just because it's, everybody's freezing their heinies off in the cold doesn't mean the action, everything's a Pro Wrestling Magic are not going to heat up. All right. As I mentioned about, traveling to the place and all, I think maybe next time I go, maybe I'll just take the train to Rutherford, even though I got to get off at Secaucus Junction and take transfer there and get off at the train station, because as I waited for after I Ubered back to that area, back to that area, a train going towards Secaucus and Hoboken showed up before the bus I got back to New York City. Okay. Be interesting to see what develops. I'm sure, actually, Fuel on February 21st, probably Darius Carter will probably announce which title he'll be challenging for at part one of the 11 years of Magic on March 21st. Okay. I know so many people we did not see for one reason or another. Yeah, Trey Felipe was not there. Yeah, Trey Felipe was not there, and I forgot Ricky Price was in the Rumble. Yeah. Okay, I think that will pretty much do it. Oh, actually, I had a little scary moment during the Rumble match. Darius Carter, he clotheslined Lugosi over the top rope to the floor, and that happened right in front of me. So good thing I grabbed my chair and backed away before he landed on me and such. All right. Wow. So, well, congratulations, Pro Wrestling Magic. They're going to start a wrestling school for themselves. forgot what else. No, wait, I think Eden was in the Rumble too. Huh. But I believe Darius Carter is now, let me see, folks, the second heel in the history of the Cad Adams Memorial Rumble to win it. Because let's see, going through every winner. Wait, first it was, okay, Eddie McQueen, Meadowlands Monster, Casey Navarro, Vinny Pacifico, Vargas. Both members of Death Row. Smiley, and now Darius Carter. So yeah, Carter, the second heel to ever win the Cad Adams Memorial Rumble. Mm. Hmm. I don't know if I mentioned, but the crowd wasn't as big as Kingdom Come 10 last month. I sure hope Ace Diamond gets to come back. All right, folks. That'll pretty much do it. I enjoyed myself.